moon rituals are very personal, I believe. I think it's something that you really have to make your own. So, what I'm going to show today is the way that I practice. It's really simple, really basic. And I would recommend, if you have one, grab a journal and grab some candles, maybe some incense if you like, if you have it, and your yoga mat and a pen to write with your journal. The child's pose with your knees together, or child's pose with the knees towards the outside of the mat, so wide-legged or narrow. And then once you're there, just start to deepen your breath. Slowly arriving in your practice. And maybe think of the reason why you're here. Why did you come to this full moon ritual? Why do you want to practice this full moon sequence? The full moon you can see as an end of a cycle. What I really like about this full moon particularly is that it's at the end of January, the first month of 21. And it's a great time to reflect on everything that's happened. It might be a lot, or it might feel as if nothing's happened. But there's always something to reflect on. There's always something to celebrate. And there's always something to let go. And that's what we're going to focus on in this practice. In Yoga Asana, we deal with the past. We kiss goodbye that what doesn't longer serve us, to make space for new energy, new projects, new goals, and kind of hit a reset button. So before we start moving, set an intention. Think of something that you want to let go of, something that you want to leave in the past, something that doesn't longer serve you. Take one more breath. On your next inhale, look up to the front of your mat. Lift the upper body. Bring yourself into all fours. Wrist underneath the shoulders. Hips underneath the knees underneath the hips. Activate your core. Activate your arms. And on your next inhale, drop the belly. Lift your head. Exhale, round the spine, come into cat. 2 more, inhale, come into cow. exhale, cat. Last one, inhale. And exhale. Come to all fours. Spread the right leg behind you and find a little sway. Stay active in the upper body, so we're not chilling here in the shoulders and just stretching the back leg. Everything is still active. And then come back to center. Swing your left foot to the other side. Come onto the side of your right foot and lift the right arm all the way up high. Inhale. Exhale, maybe take the arm overhead. Inhale. And exhale, make your way back to center. Come to all fours. Take one breath here. And then spread the left leg behind you. So straighten in the leg. And find a little sway. Still active in the arms. Active in your core. Active basically in all body parts. Keep breathing. Then come back to center. Swing the right foot to the outside of the mat. Come to the side of the left foot and lift the left arm up high. Open the chest. Bring your hips all the way up to the ceiling as high as you can. Inhale. Exhale, maybe take your arm overhead. Inhale. And on your next exhale, release. Come back to all fours. Spread the arms out long in front of you. Bring the knees a little bit further back. Drop the belly. Lift the hips so that the hips are in line with the knees. And if you can, drop your head on a mat. Come into puppy pose or heart to earth. Make sure that the hands are in line with the shoulders. And if you want more in the shoulders, you can bring your hands together and lift them over your head. So we've got Namaste hands just above the head. Keep breathing. Your choice, your feet flat on the mat or your toes tucked. And focus on how you feel. And come back to your intention. Keep breathing. Let's take one more breath. Get real clear on what you're letting go of today. And on your next inhale, look to the front of your mat. Lift the shoulders, lift the upper body, and bring the elbows on the mat while you bring yourself into Sphinx. So your lower belly is still off the mat. The thighs are active. The knees are lifted, so your kneecaps. And you're pushing actively through the elbows. Make that your heart is pushing through your shoulder blades all the way to the front. And your lower back is also active here. So it looks like we're just chilling on the mat here. Or maybe as if you're at the beach. You're activating all the muscles in all body parts. Maybe look up to the ceiling, opening the throat. Inhale. On your exhale, drop your head and look down as far as you can. Feel a big stretch all the way from the neck to your lower back. Stay active in the elbows. Your shoulders are still pushing away. And then your next inhale, slowly come back to center. Tuck the toes. Bring your hands next to the chest. Come down. Inhale, lift into cobra. And on an exhale, push into plank. Come straight away into your down dog. When you're in down dog, spread your fingers wide. Create a vacuum effect in your palms. Shoulders away from the ears. Hips up high to the ceiling. And bend your knees as if you're walking your dog. Keep breathing. Notice how you feel here today. If you're done with your movement, you can bring your feet hip width apart and stay in stillness. Keep breathing long, deep breaths. Remember your intention. Remember why you're here. Remember what you're letting go of. On your next inhale, look between the hands. Bend the knees. And with baby steps, walk the feet towards the hands. On an inhale, hands on your mat, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Bend the knees and slowly lift yourself all the way up to standing, arms up. And exhale, hands next to your hips. Inhale, stay here in mountain, one breath. And exhale completely. And I think everyone here is familiar with sun salutations. But in this practice, we're going to focus on moon salutations. And moon salutations are similar in a way that we move along the mat and coming back into mountain pose. But we are doing less with the shoulders and the arms, and there's no chaturangas. So it's there's less heat, but you will still have a little bit of a warm up. Bend your knees, lift the arms all the way up, and this time keep your arms wide, as if you're holding the moon between the hands, so like a big circle between the hands. Inhale, and on an exhale, bend to your right, just like we did yesterday. Inhale, and exhale, come back to center. Keep the moon between your hands, and on the next breath, bend to your left. Inhale. And exhale, come back to center. Bring the palms together, bring them in front of your heart, and step the right foot all the way back. Straighten both legs, move towards the side. Bring the feet out as if you're coming into goddess pose, because that's where we're going. Arms into your cactus arms. Bend the knees and just stay up high. We're still warming up the body. There's no competition. Take it easy. Inhale here. And exhale completely. On your next inhale, lift yourself up, straighten all limbs, move your hips towards the other side, arms into a T, bump the hips towards the right, reach forward and drop into triangle, your variation. So bring your hands next to your shin, maybe in line with the ankle, maybe your fingertips come on the mat. If you know that you need a block, please grab it. One breath here, inhale. And exhale. Inhale again. And on your exhale, drop the right hand, frame the front foot, step the right foot a little bit closer to the left. Inhale here, lift or lengthen the back. And on your exhale, bring the forehead towards the shin. Go into pyramid pose. Just a couple of breaths. Keep your back leg active. Notice what it feels like to be here today. On your next inhale, look up, find length. Slightly bend through the front leg, step the right leg back, bring the hands to the inside of the left foot and bring your hips down, come to Skandasana. Your version, hands in front of you, hands in front of the chest, maybe open up. Couple of breaths. On your inhale, get ready. And on an exhale, lift your hips from the floor and move over to the other side. You can always use your hands to move over. Skandasana on your right. Take the same variation as you did on the other side. And don't be afraid to play with your body and try something new. Keep breathing. Inhale. And on your exhale, move over so we can frame the right foot, Then step the left foot in. Inhale, find length in your spine. And exhale, come into pyramid pose. Again, 2 breaths. Now on your next inhale, look up. Step the left foot further back. You know what to do now. Bring the the right hand to the inside of the right foot. And on an inhale, lift the left arm up high, your version of pyramid pose. You can always bring the hands onto the shin or the ankle or grab your block. Look up to the ceiling. And feel the stretch along the back side of the right leg now. Inhale. And exhale. Bend through the front leg. Bring yourself all the way up, back to standing. Spread the feet so the feet are pointing towards the outsides of the mat. Arms into cactus and bend the knees. Come into goddess. This time you might be able to come a little bit lower. 2 breaths. Still don't go your lowest because it's a very easy practice, a slow practice just to greet the moon. Find some quiet in the body, in the mind. Reflect on a month. Maybe even reflecting in New Year's resolutions. A lot of us have started them month ago. Inhale, straighten all limbs. Move your hips towards your front, or the front of the mat. Bend through the front leg and step the feet together. Inhale, lift the arms overhead. Imagine the moon between your hands and bend to the right. Inhale here. And exhale, come to center. Inhale. Exhale, bend to your left. Inhale. Exhale, come to center. Bring the palms together. Step the left foot back now. Open to your left. Arms into your cactus. Bend your knees. Goddess pose. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale, straighten your limbs. Move towards the back of the mat. Come all the way down. Move your hips back. Arms into a T. And come down into your triangle. Inhale here. And exhale. Keep breathing. Find your variation. Find what feels right in your body. As you know, I'm giving you suggestions, or I'm showing the way that it looks in my body. But everyone is different. Everyone has different shapes, different mobility. So find what feels good for you. On your exhale, bring the right arm down. Frame the front foot, step the left foot in, and come into your pyramid. Inhale, find length in your spine. Exhale, bring it down. If you like, you can bring your arms backwards. Feel a bigger stretch in your back. Slowly, if you have your hands backwards, bring them to the front. Lift your gaze. Step the right foot all the way back. Move your hips over. Bring the right foot up to the ceiling and take your version of Skandasana. If you can't get your heel on the floor, you can just keep it lifted. And again, with your arms as well, your choice. Hands on the mat, hands in front of your heart. Maybe open up. Keep breathing. Inhale. And on your exhale, lift your hips. If you need to, move with your hands. If you can, try to keep your hands in front of your heart. Come over to the other side. Take the same variation as you did on the left. Keep breathing. When you're ready, come towards the front, frame the right foot, step the left foot in, inhale, find length in your spine, and exhale, come to pyramid. If you had your hands backwards before, I recommend you do it now as well. But again, find your variation. Find what feels right for you. Bring your hands forward. Find length in your spine. Step the left foot backwards. Right hand to the inside of the right foot. And on an inhale, lift the left arm up high. Triangle pose. Then bend through your front foot. Lift yourself all the way back up. Arms into cactus. And bend your knees. Come into goddess. If you want more, you can lift one heel. If you want even more, you can lift both heels. You can always just keep them on the mat. Keep breathing wherever you are. On an inhale, straighten all your limbs. Move your hips forward. Bring the front foot and step the left foot next to the right. Inhale, your version, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift your arms all the way up. Grab your moon and bend to your right. You might be able to bend even further this time. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, bend to your left. Inhale, back to center. Palms together in front of the heart. And take a breath here. So let's repeat the same moon salutation. A little bit faster and with some variations this time. On an inhale, bend the knees, lift the arms up to the ceiling. Grab your moon so your arms are wide, a big full moon between your hands. Bend to your right. Inhale, come to center. Exhale, bend to your left. Inhale, back to center. Palms together in front of the heart. Step the right foot back. Open up to the right. Lift the arms up. Bend into cactus. Bend your knees. Goddess pose. Inhale. And exhale. Maybe sink a little bit lower. Inhale. And exhale. Release, straighten your limbs. Move your hips to the front of your mat. Inhale, bump the hips to the right. Arms into a T and drop into triangle. Remember your variation or allow yourself to find something new. Inhale here. And exhale. Inhale again. And on your exhale, bring the right arm down. Make sure that the right foot is only on a 45-degree angle, so it's pointing towards the front of the mat or towards the front right corner of the mat. Keep your right hand next to the left foot, and this time lift the left arm up, so we're in a reversed or twisted triangle. Keep breathing, just staying here for one breath. Stay active in your right leg. Don't bend the knee too much, but don't lock it either. Inhale. And exhale, frame the front foot. Step the right foot in a bit. Inhale, find length in the spine. Exhale, pyramid pose. Inhale. And exhale, bring the hands back. And if you practiced with us yesterday, you know what to do already. Bring the hands backwards so they're in line with the right foot. Bring the weight into the left foot. Bend the right knee. Bring the knees in line as well. And lift the right foot off the mat. Humble flamingo. Just one breath. Inhale. And on your exhale, release. Straighten the right leg. Bring the arms in front of you. Inhale, find length. And on an exhale, step the right foot back. Come into low lunge. Move your hips towards the side. Lift the right foot up to the ceiling and come into your version of Skandasana. One breath. Inhale. And exhale. Try to keep your hands in front of your heart. If you need to, you can bring your hands on the floor. And move over to your left. Over to your right. Skandasana, opposite side. On your next exhale, move over to the back of your mat. Frame the right foot and step the left foot behind it. Inhale, find length in the spine. And exhale, release. Let's take one breath in our pyramid. And you can start by taking the hands backwards already. Bring weight into the left foot. Bring weight into the right foot. Bend the left knee. Lift the left heel. Bring the knees together. And when you're ready, lift the left foot. Stay strong in the shoulders. Keep pushing through your fingertips. And stay really strong in the right leg. Keep breathing. Inhale. And exhale, release. Straighten both legs. Bring the hands in front of you. Inhale, lift, find length. And exhale, bend through the right knee. Step the left foot behind. Bring the right hand to the inside of the right foot. Straighten the leg and come into triangle. Inhale here. And exhale. Bend through the front knee and lift yourself all the way back up. Your face pointing towards the back, towards the sides or the outside of the mat. Bend your elbows into cactus. Bend the knees. Goddess pose. And here we're going to open the shoulders a little bit. So bring the hands to your knees. Move forward. And when you're ready, bring the right shoulder towards the center. Move the left shoulder away from you and look past the shoulder. And a big stretch in the side body. Pushing the knee away. Opening the hips. On an inhale, come back to center. Straight to the other side. Bring the left shoulder between the knees. Or between to center. Don't bring it all the way down to center. Roll the right shoulder away from the ear. And look past the shoulder. Pushing the knee away. Enjoying a big side stretch. Inhale. And on your exhale, come back. Lift the arms into your cactus. Straighten your limbs. Move the hips towards the front. Hands in front of the heart. And step back. Mountain pose. Take one breath. And we're going to do the same on the other side. Bend the knees, lift the arms all the way up. Bring your moon bring your moon between your hands and bend to your left. Inhale. Exhale, back to center. Inhale here. Exhale, bend to your right. Inhale. Exhale, back to center. Hands together in front of your heart space. Step the left foot back. Open to your left. Feet out to the side. Bring your arms into cactus. Bend the knees, come into goddess. Stay here for 2 breaths. If you can, try to sink a little bit lower, but always so that your shoulders are in line with the bum. We're not hinging forward, we're not hinging backwards. Inhale. And exhale. Straighten your legs. Move your hips towards the back of your mat. Bump the hips towards the back of your mat as well. Reach forward and then drop into triangle. Just 1 breath, inhale. And exhale. Remember what we did before. Bring the right hand down in line with the foot. If you need to, step the right foot in a bit. And on your inhale, lift the left arm up high. Twist it, a reverse triangle. And I really recommend you make your stance a little bit smaller, because the further you're away, the more difficult it will become to find your balance. You probably have to lift your heel a little bit. But find what feels good for you. When you're ready, frame the front foot. Step your foot in even more. Inhale, find length. Exhale, bring the head to your shin. Bring the arms backward. Take 1 breath. Bring all the weight into the left leg. And really ground down through the 4 corners of your foot. Bend the right knee, bring the knees together. Lift your heel, and when you're ready, lift the foot towards the thigh. Keep breathing. On an exhale, slowly release. Straighten the leg, bring the hands in front. Bend through the the left leg. Step all the way backwards. Move your hands in front and bump your hips towards the mat. Make that the right foot is up, either hands in front of you on the mat or open up. Be playful, find something new. And really focus on the breath. Taking it slow today. Very often we want to just move quickly, do things quickly, and burn our energy. It's important that we take a rest and be easy with ourselves. Things that happen quick and fast are not always better. When you're ready, with your hands in front of the heart or on the mat, move over to the opposite side. Find Skandasana. And take the same variation as you did before. When you're ready, move your body over to the front of the mat. Frame the front foot. Step the left foot all the way in. Inhale, find length in the spine. Exhale, pyramid pose. Walk your hands backward. Bring the weight into the right foot.
Take a breath. And when you're ready, you can start to bend the knee. Bring the knees together. Lift the left heel. And when you're completely ready, you're grounded through the four corners of the right foot. Lift the left foot towards the thigh. Keep breathing. On an exhale, release. Straighten the legs. Bring the palms in front. Inhale, find length. And exhale, step the left foot back. Open up. Find the right hand towards the inside of the right foot. Straighten the right leg and open into your triangle. Last one. Inhale. And exhale. Bend through the right knee. Lift yourself all the way up. Goddess pose. Bend the elbows. Bend the knees. One breath in goddess. When you're ready, bring the hands on the knees. Move the shoulder to center. Left shoulder away from the ears. And look past the left shoulder. Keep breathing. On your next exhale, come out of the twist. Inhale. And exhale, twist to your right. Look past the right shoulder. And make sure that the shoulder isn't up to your ears. Keep it open and away from you. Enjoy the stretch. Enjoy the twist. Inhale. And on an exhale, slowly come out. Straighten all the limbs. Move towards the front of the mat. Inhale, hands in front of your heart. Bend through the back knee and step back into mountain. Excellent, guys. Bend your knees, lift the arms all the way up. Take a slight back bend. And exhale, hands in front of the heart. Come into forward fold. Make that your feet are wide apart, so even wider than hip width. Grab opposite elbows and find a sway from side to side. Really just let yourself sway here. If you have the space, maybe take half circles. Allow yourself to move. Allow yourself to catch your breath. And when you're ready, release your hands. Bring your palms underneath the feet. And you must have heard before, you can give yourself a little massage on the wrists with your toes. Feel the stretch in the back. And feel yourself getting lighter. Imagine that what you're letting go of, going from your head into the mat, into the floor below you. And if you find it hard to imagine, you can write it down. You can just write it down in your head. It doesn't have to be a picture. When you're ready, take your hands from underneath the feet. Bring the feet back together. Keep your hands on the mat. Bend the knees, lift the heels, and come to bring yourself all the way down into a little ball. I'm going to move to the mat so you can see me. Stay here in your little toe squat. Toe center, toe squat. So you can keep your knees together. If you like, you can bring the knees out. Bring your hands in front of the heart. Let's take one breath here. Try to sit up as straight as possible, shoulders low. And when you're ready, and if you don't reach your balance, bring yourself down. We're going to come onto the knees, and if you can, come into hero pose. So the feet are next to the hips, and you can bring your hands onto your knees. If this is really uncomfortable, it's possible. Don't worry about it. Don't blame yourself for not being flexible or because you don't have the mobility. It's different every day. Just bring yourself into meditation or to seated pose. Whatever is most comfortable to you. I'm just offering the hero pose variation for some different things. And I really like to end it here because we've been working with the hips. Take a deep breath in and a long breath out. In the start of the practice, you chose something to let go of. You chose that you were ready to kiss something goodbye. Some of you have set New Year's resolutions or goals at the start of this month. And the full moon gives you the opportunity to reflect, to celebrate everything that you have achieved, and to let go of the things that you haven't, without blaming yourself, without coming up with excuses, without frustration, just acceptance, acknowledging. In a moment, we're going to journal and get ready for the ritual. We're going to stay here for 5 minutes. Just take a moment to reflect in our heads first. What has happened this month? What have you done? What have you focused on? Just point out the facts without your opinion. So if you're writing a to-do list, and without thinking of what you could have done differently, without thinking of all the things that you want to change. Just making a list of the things that you have done, or maybe that you haven't. Without making a plan, or setting deadlines. Or telling to yourself, using all the modal verbs, I have to, or I need to, I should have, or I must. Just observing the facts. Get really clear on the things that you have achieved, even if they're little, even if it's just a start, even if it's not as much as you would have liked, or maybe as you expected. We must learn to celebrate our quick or small wins. We don't have to always strive for the best, or bigger, or greater. Just being happy with what we have, knowing that it's enough. Or as they like to call it, practicing abundance. When you're ready, think back to what you're letting go of. What are you ready to release? What's no longer serving you? Or what do you not longer need? And take one more deep breath in. And a long breath out. Bring your hands together in front of your heart. And thank yourself for taking the time to reflect, for using your asana practice to deal with the past. To just take a moment in stillness. Reflect on what's happened, what you've done, and what you're letting go of. When you're ready, you can open your eyes. You can grab your journal, or if you have a paper, it's fine too. And if you have them and you would like to burn your papers, I will explain later how we're going to do it. Grab your candles as well and bring them close to you.
All right.
Just give me 1 minute, I'm coming back.
Absolutely, guys. No worries. Take your time.
Thank you.
Hi guys, thank you for watching on Facebook. We're going to start our ritual now. So if you would like to join, you're still very welcome. The link should be either in an email or in the event. But I'm going to end the session on Facebook because the rituals are quite intimate, and for the people that would like to share, it's just nice to do that without thinking of what's going on in the back or anyone that can hear them. So if you want to join, feel free, and otherwise I hope to see you again next week. Happy full moon! Thank you for joining.